neutral special when Lenore is on your teammate, it kind of acts as an Iron Giant burst.
Right.
And we know how broken Iron Giant burst is. So it's actually going to be so I think as like the Raven meta develops and people get better, you're going to see a lot of like teammates going to collect Lenore to kind of get bursts on themselves, and that like Raven is going to be a lot more of a supportive teammate.
Right, they get the chain 2 for free damage from players around you. It's pretty easy to pop it. Like, it's just a lot in her favor that can convert into. And then, of course, not to mention the fact that new characters also means you get a little bit of cheese early, just because players don't really quite understand how they work yet, which will make this an interesting set. Obviously, even though Gorifye and Carry, two very consistent players, so have the chance to really lock it in. This is an insane name. Also on IG.
We don't talk about the name. We don't talk about the name, but Raven into IG is actually pretty good for Raven. Raven has an unreal kill power. The side air especially and the up air are so good at knocking out stocks early. So on a character like Iron Giant, where you kind of want to be living a long time, Raven's actually a really good option into it, where you can just pick up some of the earliest kills across the cast onto it, especially when you get that hood form for Raven.
It's set 1, a chance to work into lowers quarterfinals. It'll be a trip with Malignant and Big Johnson awaiting the other side for whichever team takes it. We'll get it started.
This is such a campy match already.
Bro.
The Iron Giant, I think, is thrown out around 15 up tilts in the span of like 10 seconds. Just trying to throw out as many of them as he can. But Raven down special kind of being used to try and mitigate those. But you see here how Moices is choosing to fight Black Adam instead of Morty, trying to prevent the Raven from really attacking Iron Giant here.
It's also worth noting that to kill Lenore, it's 3 hits. So it's also pretty difficult to get that projectile cleared. It requires a lot of attention in order to do so. First stock going to go the way of the blue team.
You can also, I think you can also use Armor Break or like grab it, but I don't think Iron Giant or Morty really has the best option to do that. So we're going to see a lot of Lenore just kind of being allowed to live. Especially if Aeris is on top of things. And that Nair up air from Aeris is actually going to be enough to get a pretty early kill on the Morty. They already have 2 stocks. They're really kind of struggling to take these themselves. And yeah, there you see like that Raven up air being so... Yeah, I think they were trying to get a cheeky punish on it.
They wanted to bait that.
Yeah, they wanted a cheeky punish on it, but the Raven up tilt was enough to get the kill regardless. Here, I mean, our blue team is in such a good spot. Raven is still alive. The Sarah at 183% is going to be enough to get that kill. But, I mean, IG is such, like, you can just kind of beat up IG with this comp. Especially if, like, he doesn't have burst like he doesn't. And he's not going to have it for another, like, 20 seconds.
Chain burst there. Take the IG back in the air. We'll go into rage here, but I don't know.
Yeah, rage mode for IG is... Yeah, rage mode as IG is probably about as much as you do. Raven can down special it, but how safe is down special in this matchup? They both get put in the bubble. This could be so huge for them. It actually leads to a kill on that Jake that we were kind of looking for earlier. Carry at 120% is actually so dangerous. A random grenade that got reflected from the Jake house almost gets the kill at 120, but it's not going to be enough. Sarah Gorifye barely lives it. Tether is actually on cooldown now. They can't really use it to secure these. Really good job from Jake using that spit hitbox to actually interrupt that jab neutral attack attempt from Carry. And they pick up game number 1.
Surely. Okay. I was going to say, surely we're back to lobby here. Carry literally has only played maybe 10 seconds of that game. Like, just getting spaced out so hard. You don't have Lenore, you get the burst option projectile instead. Moices, of course, able to just spam punches. Like, it feels like Carry cannot get close, and he needs to if he's going to actually do damage here. So I don't love how that game looks. They do bring it close, but I really don't love how it looks. We'll see, though, game 2 on its way. If they can make this one look close, too, you know, I'll eat the words, but I'm nervous because as soon as Aeris and Moises understand it, it's going to be tough.
Yeah, Iron Giant getting shot out of the match is definitely a possibility. I think Carry, especially towards the end there, was generating like a lot of value. right? But especially at the beginning, you can kind of see how IG was just kind of getting shut out by, honestly, just better hitboxes. Right now, Lenore's on Moices, and we're going to see Aeris just opt to go for the side special. Not really saving for that burst stuff that we were talking about earlier, but just trying to get as much damage as you can early on. And here you see Carry kind of using that Nair at a disadvantage, which did get nerfed last patch. You can't fast fall while doing Nair anymore. And we're seeing how it's kind of getting shut out here. Carry is in such a bad spot, but he does have Rage Mode if he manages to make it back to stage. Yep, and good burst from, or good tether, right? From the side of Gorifye to make it back. But again, you're really not getting a lot of value off it. The Raven knockback is actually so massive that he's really not getting a chance to be on stage like he wants to. And I mean, is that Gorifye's second stock that he's lost this game?
Yep.
That's pretty rough on his end.
Carry gun.
Rough for him. Yeah. Again, this game is kind of dominant. Aeris only at 30%. Carry actually getting that jab into a jab cancel up special. Really sick Iron Giant tech. But again, here he's just kind of getting, I mean, like Aeris is just kind of side airing on him. Carry getting these Iron Giant jab Nair combos going on. Not really able to get too much off of it though. The Jake, I mean, I'm seeing Moices kind of run over Gorifye on the right side of the stage.
Yeah, almost read that TP too.
Yeah, he's really not losing neutral in a matchup where I think you'd kind of favor Morty there traditionally. But it's just showing how Moices' Jake is no joke. And no fuel on IG is just gonna end the game in a pretty unfortunate way for them. I don't know, this has been kind of dominant so far. It's not like what's it called?
There we go.
They really haven't had that much of an opportunity to kind of make a play here.
Yeah, I mean, that early ladder coming through from Aeris and Moices combined looked really good. Put a lot of damage early onto Carry. We'll say to Carry's credit, did a really good job of living on it. Lived to 200. But unfortunately, it's just not enough. And then it's the fact that Carry hasn't really felt like a front line at all, so they haven't got a ton of Morty nades out. It's been difficult for Gorifye to get going. It just doesn't look like a favorable matchup into this Raven Jake. So they do take it back to lobby. I'm interested to see what they come back out with. But thankfully, they're going to come out with something different.
Yeah, I think honestly, I don't even think IG is that good of a frontline into this matchup. I think he actually gets shut out so hard that I think you kind of need a character like a Wonder Woman, a Steven, a Black Adam to try and, or maybe not Black Adam, but like a Wonder Woman or a Steven or a Shaggy to kind of open up for him. Because right now we see a lot of like Carry is like kind of on the back foot a lot of the time, and Gorifye isn't ever really in a position to kind of help him.
Right.
Where it's just rough. Like, it looks so hard for Carry to really be able to do anything, and it doesn't even seem that much of his fault. It's just like a hard matchup for him.
Yeah, definitely not Carry's fault. I mean, Carry did what they could with it. Did get a jab combo started in neutral. It's just the fact that you really need to get players looped in so you can start to put damage on the board. You just can't do so. Like, it's just insane spacing, and that's fine. Like, it happens, and so walk it back. Carry obviously has pocket characters as well. Certainly has the Wonder Woman they can walk out with. Has a Smith they can come out with. So it's not like they don't have alternatives. It's just which one do they pull? I think I'd prefer to see the Wonder Woman.
Yeah, I honestly, you can really see. Oh my gosh, she actually is going Wonder Woman.
Nice.
I think the Wonder Woman here is a safe option, right? She's obviously a very strong character this patch, right? So we're gonna end up seeing probably a lot of Sares, a lot of Nairs, the usual suspects. And we're gonna see how it goes against Raven, especially because now you kind of have that easy option for Lenore removal, where you can just Nair Lenore and he just will die instantly. Where I think it'll be good in the long run for them, because it'll just give them more options against what they're doing. All right. Already here, we see game 1 kind of game 3 opening up. They're being a lot more aggressive here. You can see that the Wonder Woman is allowing them to really increase like the tempo of the game and just do as much as they can early on. Right? Moises is already at 42%. I mean, honestly, everyone's kind of even percent here, but now Aeris is getting pressure a lot more this game. Moises is trying to help, but you already see here how this more fast-paced comp allows them to really deal with Raven in ways that they really couldn't on IG Morty.
Yeah, the ability to actually properly space this thing out. And Carry able to space with Sares here on side. both gonna get clubbed in that punch, and a chance to take one with the Sarah will do just that. You got Moices off stage, and Burnout, a nade will hit, and that's 2 stocks picked up the red team for a lead in the first time this series.
Yeah. All right. I mean, RDBC, like, yeah, they're at a lead, and they're at a pretty solid lead too, all things considered. It's just like how long can Carry and Gorifye stay alive, right? You want to rack up that extra % as much as you can, especially living like through like their armor from that from the stronger than ever perk, I think it is. Oh my gosh, the tether goes out, but I mean, Gorifye is the one who ends up dying. He gets another tether cooldown because of it. It's actually so good to just keep Carry stock as long as you can, especially on that Wonder Woman pick, who we can see live so long. Up till the 150 on Raven isn't even enough to nearly kill. And they're racking up so much damage in the meantime. Good Lenore pull on the teammate to kind of secure that first kill, but again, they have to make up so much % here.
Yeah, certainly. Gorifye looking to ledge guard here. Moises being real careful with the lack of a dodge. He's going to start to get together there. Greeted, almost able to put him in the blender, not quite converted. And sitting on Lenore now is Moises, so a chance to really take it to this team. Nothing converted. They're both in burnout, but fortunately going to have the control here in neutral. Gorifye sent off, looking to up air, and it'll be the dare instead. Aeris, one more will do it. Can't find it.
Yeah. Oh, big update. Aeris actually does have the hood mode, so that kill % is going to be now. That was an interesting spit from Moises. I kind of would have liked him try and confirm into Aeris there, but doesn't. I mean, just tries to get the kill on his own. I mean, Aeris just kind of has to live for as long as possible, but the snake shot dart up air is going to be enough to secure that stock, and suddenly it's so winnable for the other team. I mean, they need to kill Carry here, but Carry's doing such a good job of living, and he manages to clutch up game number 3, securing them another shot in this losers top 8 match. Right. I mean, really, really well played from I think Carry especially. Like that swap, just going to the Wonder Woman. You're like, hey, Iron Giant is hard in this matchup. I'm just gonna go to Wonder Woman, and I am going to win, and they did. So it's gonna be interesting going into this game number 4, seeing what they can do. All right, I think the start was so good for what's it called, for Gorifye and Carry, but going into this next game, I think it's going to be really, really important to just see if Aeris and Moises can really mitigate this opening from them. Yeah. All right, we're in game number 4 right now. Going into it, we're really gonna want to see these this opening be a little different this time around. All right. All right. Already here you see Aeris off to a really good start in this match. Kind of starting up that pressure. Carry in burnout. So is Moises actually. There's so much low meter here, but that armor from Wonder Woman is doing wonders for them to kind of let them be a little bit more aggressive. Moises has Gorifye in this offstage position, gets a grab onto Carry, isn't really able to do much with it. On the other side of the stage, you kind of see Aeris getting a little bit messed up by Gorifye. Every team is at even %, but now you have this 90% on Aeris. Things get a lot more dangerous for them. A great nair to send them both off stage, but isn't really able to get anything off of it. As I say that though, Aeris able to pick up that up air and get that kill really early. And now it's just Moises versus Gorifye, who can live longer. Lenore is back on the table, gets off stage. Really well done by Moises, actually using this bite to kind of go back into the ledge, doing nair into the ledge and then nair 2 to send them out. He's done it 3 times this set, and Carry's almost died from it. Carry just not really being able to get anything out, but Gorifye actually really good save on his end. Manages to end up killing Moises, and it's definitely winnable for either team. Gorifye at such a low % that even though Carry's at 100, it's so possible. All right. Aeris going for the double Sair, but almost puts himself in a really bad spot. These nairs off stage from Moises though are just so impossible to deal with. Tipper Sair into the Sair from Aeris is going to be enough to do it in a 3-1 fashion. Really, really well played from them. They just kind of had the advantage kind of that entire game. Moises off stage was just so dangerous that they really couldn't do anything about it. All right. I mean, going into that game number 4, I think it was really a toss-up on who could make it. If Carry and Gorifye were able to really continue that advantage that they had going in from that game 3, or if it was close on the other side. But it's really nice to see that that Moices and Aeris were able to really just lock in and go on this Jake Raven run, and we get to see more Raven in top 8, so that's really cool. All right. And as we go into this next set, we have 3